Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in and watching this video. Today's video is definitely a different style to anything that I have filmed on my channel before. As you can see by the title, it is a how to afford a luxury or designer handbag. The reason why I wanted to film this is because all the bags that you have seen so far on my channel via my unboxing videos or ones that I'm going to showcase in the future on this channel are all bags that I have bought with my own money, meaning I work, I save the money, I buy the handbag. This is not a video on preaching what to do with your money or telling you how to spend your money or anything like that. It's just tips and tricks that have worked for me and that have enabled me to be able to purchase luxury handbags. It is extremely important for me to mention what I'm about to say before we go into my tips, because it's a thought pattern that people have that I want to shift. You are not bad with your money if you buy a luxury handbag. I mean, not necessarily. If you spend the only money that you have in your account on a luxury handbag instead of paying your bills, then that's a poor decision. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're bad with your money. The way that I see it is that you have good money management because you've been able to set money aside or save enough money to be able to go and purchase a luxury handbag. Tip number one is to budget and be strict with your money. Probably the most obvious of all the tips. So what you need to do, or what I like to do, is when you get paid, let's say it's weekly or fortnightly or monthly, a certain amount of money is going to come through. You need to separate the non-negotiable. And what I mean by that is money that is going to go towards your rent or electricity bills, phone bills, anything that you've committed to. It might even be like a weekly commitment, like a gym membership, the things that you need to pay for. And then you're going to be left with a certain amount of money. What I like to do then is split half of that money and put it into separate saving accounts, which I'm going to go a little bit into more detail for tip 2, so I'm not going to speak too much about that. But basically, you're then going to be left with a certain amount of money. That money is then for you to spend and do whatever you want until your next pay. And it is completely up to you how you want to spend it. I don't believe in being overly strict because you still need to live and be happy and go out for a coffee or go to the movies. Like, you can't just not spend any of the money that you're working very hard for. I'm going to tell you a quick story that my brother told me that really stuck with me. And that was that he would go to the gym 5 days a week, and every time he would go to the gym, he would buy a bottle of water for $2. So $2 times the 5 days that he was going to the gym was $10 per week. Times that by 52 weeks in the year, and if your math is good, you would know that that's $520 in the year. Now, $520 is not a overly large amount, but it is for water. So it's kind of crazy to think that you're spending, or that my brother was spending, $520 a year on water that he has at home. And what he said that he was then doing was obviously filling up the bottle of water from home and taking it to the gym and saving that money. That could go towards anything else. It's your choice. So basically, being careful and being strict with what you choose to spend that remainder of money on is also really going to help you. Pack your lunches instead of eating out. Have a coffee at home instead of buying a coffee out. It's little things like that that really do add up. My mum always told me that every dollar counts, and she couldn't be more right. Tip number 2 is create separate saving accounts. This has really worked for me. I usually keep a logbook where I will label a few different accounts that I want to save for. So say for example, I really want a Chanel handbag. So my account number 1 might be new Chanel handbag. Second might be my brand new BMW that I want to buy. The third might be another mortgage. The fourth might be something else. Label them as specifically as you can, because I think that this really generates energy and psychologically makes you want to save for those things even more because you've listed exactly what you want. And I can definitely say that for myself, it has always helped me to save and put more money into those accounts. If it's labeled specifically with what I'm saving for, I have always found that I have been able to achieve that item a lot faster. Okay, tip number 3, which is probably the most exciting one for me to share with you guys because I only did it recently and it was actually super successful. And that is to sell your old clothes or old items that you don't like anymore. If you own luxury handbags and you're just watching this video because you're curious on my tips, I would definitely encourage you to go through your collection. There is definitely, I can almost guarantee it, going to be something in your collection that you don't really use often or that you don't reach for, that you kind of look at and you think, oh, I'm not really sure why I bought that. And that's completely normal and fine because people's styles change. There are so many websites now where you can sell your old designer handbags, shoes, jewelry, and you know, pre-loved websites are very popular at the moment. Or if you don't own anything designer and you really are watching this because you want to know my tips on how to afford your very first designer handbag, you can do what I did about a week ago now with my girlfriend Lauren. We went to the markets and we sold old clothes from our wardrobe that we don't wear anymore. None of it was designer, it was just old stuff that we don't like or that we don't wear anymore. And I really understand the saying of one man's trash is another man's treasure, because people go crazy over your stuff. And collectively we made about almost $1,000, and it's just a really easy, quick way to make some cash and to get rid of, you know, the stuff in your wardrobe that you don't wear anymore. Tip number 4, I was a little bit hesitant on mentioning, only because I haven't personally done this yet myself. However, I know a lot of people and have a lot of girlfriends who have, and that is to buy pre-loved items. So it is a kind of an extension of tip number 3. There are so many websites, as I mentioned, that sell pre-loved handbags. And just think about it. Someone's gone and purchased this bag full price. They don't like it, as I mentioned in tip 3, just because maybe the color isn't their style, or the size or the shape of the handbag doesn't work for them anymore. And they put it on these websites for much cheaper price than they purchased it. So it is a great way to buy an authentic, genuine luxury handbag, you know, at sometimes half the price. Tip number 5 is my very last tip, and it is probably the one that involves the most amount of work, and that is look at how you can earn extra money. It may be that you take on extra hours in your current job, or that you work on getting a promotion. If those two things are not something that can happen anytime soon, you may even look at getting a second job. I'm going to be Captain Obvious now and say that obviously the more money that you earn, the easier and quicker it is going to be for you to be able to purchase that designer handbag. These tips can be used not only for purchasing a designer handbag, it might be designer shoes, it might be clothes, it might be a car, it can be whatever you want. Those tips can be adapted and used for whatever it is that is a passion of yours and whatever it is that you are trying to save and purchase. I hope that you guys liked this video, and if you did, then please like it, and also please subscribe, because it really does help me in making more videos for you guys. I just want to quickly say again, this video is not preaching, it's not telling you how to use your money, it's just simply letting you know some of my tips and tricks that have worked for me and that enable me to buy designer handbags. And I will see you all in my next video. For now, bye.